Hey there, and welcome to Prompt Responses, the companion to my blog, This Side of the Apple. I'm Shonda Renee, and I am just here to read. Simple as that. These are my real, unfiltered responses to prompts that pull a little something real from inside. Sometimes they're personal, sometimes a little poetic, sometimes a little raw. Each episode is short, but the heart behind them runs deep. So thanks for stopping by, and let's get into it. All right, today's prompt is, what are your favorite brands and why? I didn't do the usual route with this one, and you will see. The title of it is Why Beyoncé's Brand Isn't Just a Brand, It's a Blueprint. So, brand is a word that has gotten to be overused. It's meant to encompass what a person wants to be known for. Corporate America urges everyone from the CEO to receptionist to have one. Mr. Receptionist, they say, you are the first face our clients see, so you must have a brand that represents us and our culture. Some folks go into overdrive seeking a brand for themselves, not knowing that, as Glinda the Good Witch said to Dorothy in The Wiz, you've always had the power, my dear. You just had to learn it for yourself. So that's my best Lena Horne impression. Anywho, that power being what makes you you and why you got hired in the first place. So, to anyone searching for a brand in the corporate world, simmer down and just be your wonderfully efficient, friendly, congenial self. Now, clearly, I didn't go in the direction of cereal, phones, or cars as this prompt intended. So I will continue in the direction I wanted to take it in and say a brand that I truly admire is Beyoncé's brand. But stop right there. Before I continue, I must stand on the fact that I am not a celebrity worshiper. I actually despise celebrity culture and how we get so consumed by one thing a person does extraordinarily well, as if that person is not as complex an individual as the rest of us are. The unbridled, unrealistic idolization feeds an ego beyond its capacity and often turns a person inside out. Person being the one idolized as well as the one doing the idolizing. Now, with that said, I'm going to speak to specific characteristics that are evident in Beyoncé's brand and serve as the foundation from which her success flourishes. So the first one is professionalism and discipline. She has an incredible work ethic. She's known for tireless rehearsals, high standards, and attention to every single detail. Precision and perfection, from choreography to lighting, nothing is left unrefined. The next one, empowerment and agency. Women's empowerment. Her brand uplifts and celebrates Black womanhood and feminine strength. Creative ownership. She took full control of her narrative, including directing, producing, and managing her image. So kudos to her for being able to do that. The next one is strategic and visionary. She is strategic and visionary. She plays the long game. Beyoncé rarely reacts. She moves with intention and drops projects with maximum impact. Think Lemonade, out of nowhere. And if anything could have broken the internet, it would have been that. Her brand consistency. Even as she evolves, her visual, musical, and thematic identity remains cohesive and elevated. The next thing is her artistic integrity. Genre blending innovation. That's what Cowboy Carter is all about. And people are losing their crap over that. Come on now. That's what she does. From R&B to country to Afro beats, she experiments without losing her voice. In cultural homage, she references Black culture. historical, and diasporic influences with respect and depth. Homecoming, Black is King. All right, next up is her mystique and control. She has some selective vulnerability. Again, you have to think back to Lemonade. She opened up in that. She shares only what she wants to share, protecting her privacy while still offering glimpses of authenticity. So she connects with her fans through all of that. Next thing, powerful silence. Beyoncé rarely does interviews, and it's not because she can't speak well. I know people talk about her accent because she's a country girl, and that's really it. But, she rarely does interviews. She allows her work to speak louder than any commentary. I remember for Barack Obama when she sang, she actually lip synced during that, and people were raising a big stink about it. And she came out, did a press conference on CNN. All she did was come out and sing that song, and then left. She just left. And I was like, girl, if you don't go ahead and tell these people. It was wonderful. That was one of my greatest Beyoncé moments that I've ever witnessed. That was one of the greatest. All right, next up is cultural impact, global influence. She sets trends in music, fashion, and activism. People don't just follow, they study her. I'm just going to leave that one there. Philanthropy. Can't say the word. Philanthropy. I can say the word. Philanthropy. Through Be Good and other initiatives, she supports equity, education, disaster relief, and more. So she is charitable. She's humble. I don't know where people get that this woman is not humble just because she got all this money and these beautiful clothes and beautiful hair and beautiful kids and everything, that she's not humble. Whenever you do get the opportunity to hear her speak, it's always from the heart, and she does not radiate a lack of humility whatsoever. So I don't know what people are projecting there. Anyway, to go on with my response. Now, while some may not like her music or her visual expression, which riles many conservative spirits, none of the characteristics mentioned above can be easily dismissed. She embodies all of that while being a wife and mother. Quite the feminist ideal complete package, if you ask me. So the cherry on the top is that she's wrapped up in the unapologetic physical expression of a Black woman. Gotta love it. So in thinking about the kind of power, precision, and self-possession Beyoncé embodies, and that so many of us strive to claim in our own lives, I'm reminded of Lucille Clifton's poem, Won't You Celebrate With Me? It's a quiet but insistent, geez, I'm tongue-tied today, insistent anthem of becoming, of shaping a life with no clear model, and still standing in the fullness of who you are. It feels like the perfect companion to this reflection. So the stanza below reads, Won't you celebrate me, what I have shaped into a kind of life. I had no model, born to Babylon, both non-white and woman. What did I see to be except myself? So I urge you to go to my blog, This Side of the Apple. It's all one word together, no underscore or anything, thissideoftheapple.com. And you can find this writing here, and you can find a link to this poem. It's really phenomenal. It ends beautifully, very profoundly, I should say. Lucille Clifton was one of my favorites. I hope you enjoyed that. And thanks so much for listening to Prompt Responses. If something in this episode stirred something in you, I'm glad. These reflections are just a way of making sense of the world, one prompt at a time. I'm Shonda Renee, and you can find more over on This Side of the Apple. Until next time, take good care of yourself.